right now, you are reading these words and you feel completely certain that you are doing it. You feel present. You feel real. You feel like there is a you behind your eyes watching all of this unfold. But what if that feeling is the oldest trick in the book? What if the thing you call yourself is not the author of your life, but a character inside a story your brain is constantly writing to explain what already happened? This is not philosophy. This is neuroscience. And the answer is far stranger than anything you have been told. Start with something simple. Lift your finger. Go ahead. Actually do it. It feels obvious, right? You decided to do it and then you did it. The decision came first. Then the action. That is the story. But in 1983, a neuroscientist named Benjamin Libet attached electrodes to people's scalps and asked them to flick their wrists whenever they felt like it. What he found changed everything. The brain began preparing for the movement about half a second before the person reported consciously deciding to move. The readiness potential, Libet called it. Your brain started the motion before you knew you wanted to. The decision you felt so certain about came after the fact. Your conscious mind did not give the order. It received a report. Half a second does not sound like much, but think about every decision you made today, every word you chose, every turn you took, every impulse you acted on or resisted. Your brain is a prediction machine. That is not a metaphor. Neuroscientist Anil Seth at the University of Sussex describes conscious experience as a controlled hallucination. Your brain never actually sees the world. What you experience as reality is a model, a best guess constructed from a flood of incomplete signals. And somewhere inside that hallucination is you, the self, the narrator, the voice in your head that feels like the center of everything. Where does it come from? What he found was extraordinary. When these patients were shown information that only the right hemisphere could see and asked to explain their behavior with the left hemisphere, which controls language and reasoning, they did not say they did not know. They invented a reason, instantly, confidently, without hesitation. Gazzaniga called this the interpreter, a module in your left brain that takes whatever just happened and generates a plausible story about why it happened. You do this every day, and you do not know you are doing it. Think about a moment when you changed your mind, not when you were persuaded by evidence, but when you suddenly realized you already felt differently. Something shifted, and then you understood the shift. That gap, that tiny window between the shift and the understanding, that is where the real machinery lives. Psychologist Jonathan Haidt compared your conscious mind to a rider sitting on top of an elephant. The elephant is your emotional, ancient, automatic brain. The rider is your conscious reasoning. The rider believes it is in charge, but the elephant goes where it wants. And when the two disagree, the elephant wins almost every time. The rider then explains the journey as if it was planned all along. This is why you can know something is bad for you and still do it. This is why you can rehearse an important conversation in your head and then say something completely different in the moment. The elephant already knows where it is going. The rider is writing the memoir. The story is not random. It is not meaningless. So are you real? Yes, you are real. But what you call real might need a different kind of definition. You're not a fixed thing that exists behind your experience and controls it. You are something that emerges from it, assembled moment by moment, revised constantly. The self is not found. The self is made, and the making never stops. So the next time you make a decision, notice what happens just after. Notice the story that appears to explain it. Notice how quickly it arrives and how certain it feels. Ask yourself if the explanation is the reason or if the reason is the story. You started reading this feeling completely certain that you were here, that you were the one choosing to read, choosing to think, choosing to believe or to doubt, and you are, just not in the way you thought you were. The reader has always been part of the story, and the story was already being written before the first word appeared on the page.